Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to a very moist Bodenham. We're here for a classic and retro society car meet. It's a very wet morning, but I have been told there are some very nice cars on the way. So we're here this morning and we're going to head off to Great Whitley for a walk around Whitley Court. I've been doing 75 miles for Bliss. I'll get onto that a bit later and explain why I've done that and go through the process. But we're here for the car show this morning. We're heading over to Great Whitley, and I've also got to meet up with another 300 owner to diagnose some of his car issues. So yeah, it should be a busy morning. And as you can see in the background, if you've not already seen my videos from when we were here for the Parkinson's event, the view of the valley in the background is just stunning. So we'll probably do a bit of a walk around as well, and we'll show you what's around here. But we've got some wildlife as well, got some chickens. But yeah, it should be a good morning. Despite the weather, we're going to make the best of it and come along for the journey.
If you stay at the end of the row and get them parked, Peter. Thank you. Morning, sir. How you doing? Yeah. Up to the end, sir. I'll get you parked up there. Thank you.
So for a soggy morning, not a bad turnout. We've got the BMW, the Cube, the Clio RS, the C63, the Lexus, the Mercury, the Abarth, and a couple of Volvos. But yeah, not a bad turnout, and it is still quite early. I just love how sinister the grille looks on this. I see this Mercury quite a few times at various different car shows, and just the way it looks at the front, just a great looking truck. Just look at that for a view. And then over here we've got one of the many ponds here at Bodenham, but it's such a very peaceful place, and if I go quiet for a second you can hear the birds chirping. It's a lovely place, and yeah, great place to do some walking, great place to have a car show, and we're just going to head down here and see what cars turn up. We've had a few cars leave and we've had a few more turn up, as you can see. And just over here we've got the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am that we see quite often at the Wagon and Horses. Always a pleasure to see that. Bud. So here we are at a very beautiful Whitley Court. I'll give you guys a tour shortly, but I just want to go into a bit of detail about with 75 miles for September. So there's this charity called Bliss. It's basically a charity that supports families of premature and sick babies. Now this charity is very close to my heart and my family's heart. I'm not going to go into massive detail as to why, but just know it's a charity that's very close to our hearts. And a few months ago they did a challenge where it was 50 miles in July, I believe it was. Long story short, I missed the deadline and I didn't join in time. And I was kicking myself afterwards because I thought it was going to be a great opportunity for me to lose weight, but also support such a great charity. Roll on August and the advertisement comes up for September, but this time it's 75 miles in September. So I signed up, had no idea whether I was going to be able to do it or not. And here we are at Whitley Court, finishing off my final few miles to complete my 75 miles in September. I knew that in order to make this challenge work, I would also have to work on my diet as well. Unfortunately, we 3 monsters a day, but a relentless amount of takeaways because it was a lot easier just to go to a takeaway after a long day of filming rather than go home and cook something. I knew something had to change, and with my favourite monster being the original monster, 55 grams of sugar per can, that's over 150 grams of sugar just on those drinks alone. And yeah, I'm not sensitive to caffeine, so many nights I'd lie in bed, neck a can of Monster, go straight to sleep, and I knew that wasn't healthy. So this is a great opportunity to help a great cause, but also change my diet for the better. I'm no longer on the energy drinks, I'm drinking the 4 litres of water a day. You know, I'm on the high protein diet. I've also cut out all processed foods. It has been a massive godsend to me on TikTok for helping me with processed foods and cutting those out of my diet. I feel a lot better for it. I feel a lot more energized throughout the day. I'm no longer slumped and, you know, trying to get more and more food in me to give me more and more energy. So big thank you to Eddie. I know a lot of people already know who he is and he's helped a lot of people. So I could have played it safe and warm and gone to a gym and just done my exercise on a treadmill, but I knew I wanted to do it outside in all weathers. Come rain, come shine, come sunshine, come wind, whatever the conditions, I knew I wanted to be outside, because outside you've got different elevations, you've got different terrain types, and at one point I missed my turning by a few miles So I then hiked up a bike trail, which was horrendous. Didn't think I was going to make it out alive, but here I am to tell the story. And yeah, I think I got experience. You don't sort of experience that at a gym on the treadmills. And it's given me a new love for being outside. I'm out here exploring and getting fresh air, and that's what I look forward to. After a long day, I enjoy being out with nature, and that's what I want to continue doing, and continue my love for nature throughout winter. So I am out there in the winter. I'm not in the wall doing it the easy way in the gym. I want to be out there. Obviously we'll go to a gym to do some strength training, but for the walking and exercising, I want to be outside with nature in all weathers, come rain, come shine, come snow, come sleet. I want to be outside. Gentlemen, is Whitley Court, or should I say the ruins of Whitley Court. This is a 17th century mansion which through its centuries of ownership has been rebuilt, transformed into what you see now. Then one September night in 1937, a devastating fire ripped through the building. As you can see, most of the building was affected, except for this part here where some of the roof still remains and the church in the background. But pretty much everything else was devastated by the fire. The owner at the time couldn't take on the task of rebuilding such a magnificent structure, and sold the property and then later died. It was then brought by a scrap dealer who stripped it of its stonework and auctioned them off, and pretty much left it as you see today. And one thing I'm glad of is that the fountain still remains. That didn't go with it, but here we are. English Heritage now own the property and have opened it to the public so they can explore. But what a magnificent structure, and it really gets you wondering. It really, makes you wonder what life would have been like in this building, what it would have been like on that September night during the fire. And yeah, all the history that's laid within these grounds. And this is only one of many gardens, might I add. There's another one over there, but this one is believed to be the main garden, as there used to be a driveway which ran round the front of the building there. But so you'd have this fountain looking at you as you pulled into your driveway. And then we've got these two, what I believe to be Indian-inspired huts either end, which we'll go take a look at shortly. But here's the fountain. We've got the two fountains here. Every hour on the hour, they'll turn off. They'll build up pressure in the main fountain here, and then you'll get a water show, which I'll try and show you shortly. So the two fountains either side have turned off now, so it can build pressure in the actual main fountain here. And this would be where the grand staircase would be. And here with some of the moulding still on the wall. Still got some of the wood around the frames here. Unfortunately, since last time I've come, it's become a hotspot for some vandalism, which is a shame, because this is the sort of history that we should be protecting, but there's only so much you can do, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, still got the latches on the window frames there. This used to be the West Wing Long Gallery, which goes all the way down there. That side of the building, the roof is mostly intact, and that tower is mostly intact as well. You can't access it, but it is partly intact, whereas this one did crumble, and so you can sort of see the framing inside made out of the concrete, which is very interesting to see, and gives you a glimpse of what's inside the other tower. But yeah, as I said, you got the burnt bits of wood sticking out We'll go over into the orangery in a minute and you'll see the window frames that are still in place. You can just see here what's left of the stone staircase, and we unfortunately can't go down into the lower floors, but you can still see many of the characteristics from the building still remains, from the plaster to a blank tar fireplace, you know, to a massive steel beam. So with these little buildings, there's no little plaque to go into detail about these, but it sort of looks like Indian temple styled building. As with the rest of the property, the stonework is phenomenal. As we go inside, we've got what remains of the little glass windows in the top. Not sure whether they're meant to be orange or whether they've discoloured over time. I can only imagine that they have discoloured, or maybe it was to give the effect of an orange light in here when the sun's out. But as I said, there's no plaque here to give us any more information, so I can only speculate as to what those could have been. But as you can see, many of the plaster work from inside the house is carried out into the top of the dome up there. But you can just imagine, there's the bell for the church. But you can just imagine being here on a hot summer's day, you know, in the 17th century, just looking out at your mansion. What a sight that would have been. So here we are, let's head on up the steps. This is where the railings would have been. Not much of it left. But as we head up the steps into the orangery / conservatory, I will show you exactly what I mean about the windows. So as you can see by the brackets and the markings on the wall, this building would have been filled with plants, and we've got a little pond / pool here in the middle. So right here would have been massive panes of glass, and that's exactly what I mean. As you can see here, the remnants of the glass that would have been here in this building. How cool is that? That despite the fire and all these years, some of the wood and glass and plaster still remain within this magnificent structure after all these years. Even here in the walled garden on the staircase, you've got the stunning metalwork of the leaves. Over on this side, you've got the top part still on, it's missing from that side. As you walk up into a conservatory / orangery, you can just imagine this place filled with plants, the stunning glass roof that would have been over here. This really is a stunning and peaceful place. If you're ever in the Worcestershire area, I do recommend coming to check out this place, but do check online before you make your way down, because I know the opening times change depending on the season. I know during the winter it's weekends only, and during the summer it's open daily. So just before you make your trip down, just double check those opening times. But I would highly recommend coming down to check out this place. So along these raised platforms here on the steps would have been tigers and lions made out of bronze. And if you want to go see them, you can actually go see them on display at Harlaxton Manor in Lincolnshire. As you can see here from the photo, the lion that's there is the one that's in this photo here. So it would have been sat here looking over the main fountain. So I do apologise about the wind and rain. Hopefully it doesn't affect the audio too much. We've got the main Andromedus fountain over there, and we've got the second fountain here. Unfortunately this one isn't working, but just check out these gardens, and these trees have been here for centuries. You know, they're just as old, if not older, than the building. Now, the building itself does have a crypt, but I'm not sure it's open today. But we'll go take a look just in case, and we'll go take a look at the church. You can just sort of imagine what it would have been like being horse and carriage driven through your walled driveway all the way up the main driveway and being greeted by this. So we're just now walking up to the church. As you can see here, the part of the building here with tinted windows is part of the wing that survived. You can't actually get into that wing. You can get into the church. I believe the crypt is indeed closed today. So just through those gates there is the crypt, which I don't believe is open any other time on the summer holidays. So might have to come back next year to take a look at those. Just check this out. What an amazing place this is. So there's multiple donation targets that you could have. You could have a £50 target, a £100 target, or a £150 target. Now, before I tell you how much I raised, I didn't post any of my fundraiser on social media. I post my journey, but I didn't post the link to my page, just basically because I wanted my followers, if they wanted to donate to a charity directly, or find another fundraiser who's doing the same challenge as me, go donate to them out of the blue. And you know, that would have made their day. That would have given them the motivation to continue going and continue doing what they're doing as well. So I do want to post my fundraiser. I do want people to donate just because of my online presence. And in total, I raised £81, which for my £100 target I was under. But to be honest, I don't really care about not meeting the £100 target. Every 8,100 pence of that donation, you know, is going to go to a great cause which supports families in their hour of need, the time when they most need the most support. And you know, I couldn't be more thankful for the people that did donate and did support me, and I'm very grateful to every single one of you. The money is going to change many lives, and £81 can do a lot of things. So just wrapping up the final kilometre here, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is 75 miles done in September. We're not at the end of the month yet, as I've already said. I'm going to continue pushing myself, although the fundraiser's ended. It doesn't mean my personal journey's ending. I'm going to keep pushing, keep fighting, and keep pushing myself to be fitter, healthier, and continue with diet, continue with healthy eating. Cutting out the processed foods is really not good for you. And yeah, I'm just going to take a moment to reflect on these 75 miles. The 75 miles that I didn't know I had in me. At the start of the challenge, you know, I had my route set out. I thought, okay, this is a simple 5-mile route, we'll do this. Turns out, when I got home, the route that I thought was 5 mile was just under 4.5. So that already meant that every single day of this challenge I was going to have to do more, and obviously the days that I weren't at home meant that I had to carry more on the days that I was home. And every day of the challenge I just wanted to keep pushing myself to do more and more miles every single day. And although I had blisters on my feet, still do, all over my hands as well, I wanted to get out there in the pouring rain, in the sunshine, in the cold, in the hot, in the wind, and just prove it to myself that I can do it. And I feel a lot better for it. And yeah, what a place to finish. Whitley Court, one of my favourite places, and I wanted to share it with you guys as well. I've done many videos here in the past, but I wanted to come back and finish such a momentous occasion with you guys in such a beautiful location. So yeah, thank you very much to every single one of you who made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate you guys. And as I said, the challenge isn't over for a lot of people. I'm going to keep pushing myself. But if you do want to donate, as I said, I'm not going to include any links to my fundraiser. I want you to go to the charity, donate to them, or find somebody else who's doing the fundraiser. And just, even if it's donating, you know, anonymously to someone out of the blue, that's going to make a massive difference to someone. It will give someone the confidence to carry on going and, you know, believe in themselves. And yeah, what more can I say? Massive thank you to every single one of you who stayed till the end of this video. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds. Continue working, get back in the gym for some strength training, continue to lose weight, and yeah, can't wait to share it with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in my next video.